Good morning, Assalamu alaikum. I am presenting to you my program proposal now, entitled Purlins Spacing Checker. Now, to begin with, let me give you just a brief definition about our topic program, which is the purlins. So, ang introduction natin dito, purlin is a horizontal beam or bar used for structural support in buildings, most commonly in a roof. It is supported either by rafters or the walls of the building and most commonly used in metal buildings. Another one. Purlin is important because without it, there's no frame for the sheeting on the roof to rest on, making purlins critical to the structure of the roof. And then, purlins are manufactured usually from hot-dip galvanized steel with coating in line with other common lightweight steel structural building products. So, these nagbibigay siya ng good protection sa most exposed internal environments ng ating roof. Now, ano ba yung purpose ng ating purlins sa ating program? So the following are the importance of purlins in pre-engineered steel structural kit. So unang-una nandyan yung it supports run perpendicular across the rafter beams. Pangalawa, sinusuportahan niya syempre yung roof natin. And then pangatlo, it ties the rafters together, stabilizing and strengthening the structure rigid framing. And then pang-apat, dinadagdagan niya yung support between sa pagitan ng ating span at saka individual framing base. And lastly, it increases the structure's resistance to strong winds. So that's why in-include natin yung wind pressure sa leeward at saka windward side. So the purlin spacings, unang-una by default, purlin sections assume na yung slope of the roof they are supporting. And then pangalawa, purlins should be placed at the nodes of trusses and not on the members themselves so as not to induce secondary bending and shear force in the members of the truss. So that's why we need to check the bending moment of the actual and then the allowable mamaya later on. So engineering determines the optimal spacing between the purlins. So the heavier syempre the expected load natin, yung actual, is the shorter the distance between the purlins. So, ano ba yung uri ng ating purlins? Unang-una, yung purlins natin is frequently made siya ng cold form steels. So, usually, dalawa lang yung specified ng ating purlins. Andiyan yung Z or the Z and then the C sections natin. So, ano ba yung ZZ? Ang Z natin is usually naka-form siya into Z shapes. And then, yung ating C section is, as you can see, nasa C shape section siya. So, ano ba yung objectives ng ating program? Unang-una, to calculate the interaction value of a purlin. And then, pangalawa is to check if the purlin spacing is safe or not with respect to the given loads. Andyan yung dead loads, live load, at saka wind pressure. So, we need to check the interaction value ng ating purlins so that we can design. And this purlins is usually basically dinidesign ito siya to connect the traverse members ng ating roof structure to support our roof. So that's why we need to check or calculate the interaction value. Ano ba yung significance ng ating studies? First is, itong program na ito is tutulungan niya yung user, specifically yung ating engineering student, to calculate the interaction value ng purlin to easily check whether the spacing of purlins is safe siya or not with respect dun sa tatlong ating loads. So, ano bang scope ng program? Unang-una, meron 3 cases na ibibigay ang ating program sa ating interaction value. Andyan yung maximum actual to allowable bending moment ng ating load na dead load plus live load. Pangalawa, yung dead load plus live load plus wind pressure at the windward side. And then the last one, yung sa leeward side natin. Pangalawa, meron 2 cases ng dead load ang ipagbabasihan ng ating program. Andyan yung considered natin yung weight ng purlin at saka hindi na i-consider yung purlin weight. Pangatlo, there are 3 spacing ng purlins din na pagbabasihan ng ating program. Yung no sagrad, 1 line at saka 2 line of sagrobrads. So, limitation ng ating program. Unang-una, this program will limited only lang siya to calculate the interaction value ng purlins para ma-check natin yung spacing ng purlins kung safe ba siya or hindi. Pangalawa, etong program na ito is only applicable lang siya sa SI unit. So here is the expected output ng ating program. So as you can see, ito yung magiging title or yung welcome natin sa ating program. So andyan yung title ng ating program. Sa baba naman yung name of the programmer, and then the right side banda portion ng ating welcome is yung start and then the close button. So later makikita natin yung code na ginamit natin for this push button para mag-activate yung ating program. So next na expected output natin is ito na yung application natin. So as you can see dito sa left portion, andyan dito natin input lahat ng necessary data na kailangan at binigay ng ating program, ng ating problem. So sa right side portion naman is dito na yung lalabas yung interaction value na ibibigay ng ating program. So as you can see, pipiliin natin later, tingnan natin yung string nito, itong pop-up menu natin, kung ilan ang nilagay natin. And then dito na portion, i-input lang natin yung value given by the problem. And then dito sa pop-up menu natin, another, pipiliin din natin yung dalawang pagbabasihan ng ating program regarding sa dead load natin. So as you can see sa right portion, dito malalagay yung interaction value, kung less than ba siya or greater 1 ba siya. And then sa lower portion is i-state niya dito kung safe ba or hindi yung ating spacing sa Purlins. So the same with the lower portion, so windward and then the leeward side. So itong reset button is if you want to reset all the data na in-input natin, i-click lang natin ito. And then the back button, yung back button na ito is pag click natin ito, babalik siya sa ating welcome portion natin, program natin. And then the close button, susubukan natin lagyan ng code na kung saan magpapop up yung warning sign natin. Tatanungin ka kung would you like to exit na with the program, if i-click mo lang yung yes or no. So now let's go to the MATLAB application para i-check natin yung callback, the codings na ginamit natin. So let's open our welcome interface. So ito na yung ating interface for our welcome. So ito yung expected output natin, 'di ba? So as you can see, sa upper portion nandiyan yung title ng ating program, and then sa lower portion is the name of the programmer, and then dyan yung start and then the close button. So ano bang ginamit natin? Iko-call back natin ito to see the code na ginamit natin sa ating start button. So ito siya, yung a get handles push start string. Yung i-highlight natin yung code na ginamit natin. So yan yung code ng ating start button. So babalik tayo dito, close button. So let's check kung meron na tayong nalagay na code. So callback, yan na yung callback natin, yung push close. As you can see, mamaya pag i-run natin itong program, pag kinlik natin itong close button, merong magpa-pop up na warning sign. Tatanungin tayo kung would you like to exit the program, yes or no lang. So yan yung nilagay natin ng code natin dito, yung naka-highlight. So another one, let's try to open our app application para ma-check natin yung code, kung na-code natin ng maayos. And then here it. So ito na yun siya. So gaya ng sabi ko kanina, sa left portion ng ating application interface, dyan natin i-input yung data na ibibigay ng program, and then sa right portion, ito na yung lalabas na yung sagot ng interaction value, and then a statement kung safe ba or hindi yung ating spacing ng Purlins. So as you can see, itong pop-up menu natin, check natin kung ano yung pagpipilian natin. So yung string name nito, so ayan, tatlo yung lalabas dito sa pop-up menu natin. Andyan yung no sagrads, 1 line of sagrads, 2 line of sagrads. Depende yan sa ibibigay ng ating program later, kung anong what kind of spacing ng Purlin yung nasa problem natin. So now, i-check natin naman itong isang pop-up menu natin, yung sa dead load. So So yun, dalawa, dead load Purlin weight included and then dead load Purlin weight not included. So okay siya. So the rest of this vacant na button dito, i-input lang natin dito yung given data from the problem. So, etong calculate siya, hindi yan siya mag-highlight unless makakompleto natin na i-input lahat ng data dito sa taas. So, pag nakompleto na yan siya, automatically mag-highlight itong calculate natin. So, i-check natin kung ano ba yung code na nilagay natin dito sa ating calculate para makalculate lahat. So, yung reference ng ating program is from Gilisania book and then the Mega book. Reviewer book siya and together with the Bisabilia reviewer book. So, doon tayo kumuha ng formula na ginamit dito. So, as you can see, marami talaga tayong nilagay dito na code kasi dito natin nilagay lahat ng formula na ginamit natin. So, i-highlight natin yung nakikita nyo na highlight, yan yung code na ginamit natin sa calculate para makuha natin yung sagot at lalabas siya sa ating right portion. Andiyan na yung Purlin weight included. Ayan na yun siya. So, after that, itong reset, check natin kung meron tayong code na lalagay na. So, ito po. Yan yung code ng ating reset na ginamit. So, yung na-highlight po lahat. And then, the rest, ito, wala siya kasi vacant. So, waiting for siya. Konektado siya dito sa calculate natin yung... So, back button, nakita na kanina sa welcome app natin. And then, at the same time, yung close. So, now, let's try to run our program. So, dito tayo magsisimula. So, let's try to run. So, yes. Ayan. So, as you can see, ito na yung proper program na natin. Na-run na natin siya. So, sa menu bar banda, nakikita natin itong documentation, about, and then the help. Sa lower portion, sabi ko kanina, yung name ng programmer, the start button, and then the close button. So, let's try to click this documentation. So, pag kinlik ko to, lalabas na yung about Purlins, kung ano yung brief definition niya, several kinds of Purlins na nag-e-exist, and then the types, yung Purlin spacing natin, and then kung saang bansa nagsimula itong Purlins, kung ano yung usually common na ginagamit ng ating mga engineers. So, about. So, as you can see, ito na yung about natin. So, Purlins, a program submitted to Engineer Saki J. Amil Bahar of the Department of Civil Engineering, College of Engineering and Information Technology, University of Southern Mindanao, Cabacan, Cotabato, in partial fulfillment of the requirements for the subject SING 524 Civil Engineering Computer Programming. So, sa lower portion na ito, nandito yung scope and limitation ng ating program and then the name of the programmer. Close natin. And then, the other one is yung help. So, makikita natin dito kung paano step by step na tinuro ng ating program kung paano gagamitin ito. So, unang-una, i-click down natin yung start button to start the program. Ayun, so nakita natin dyan. Select if the problem state whether it has no subrod, one line of subrod, or two lines of subrod. So, yung sabi ko kaninang pop-up menu natin, pagpipilian mo na yun siya. And then check the problem if the given dead load is already include the self-weight of the Purlins or not. Then, pang-apat, after putting all the necessary data, just click yung sa baba, yung calculate button, and then answer will just come out on the right portion ng ating program. If you want to clear all the data, just click the reset button. And if you want to see some examples ng ating problem, just click the sample problem in the menu bar and click help to know how to use this program. So if you're done with the program, you can exit anytime. Just click the close button. Or if you want to know more about the program, just click the back button. So, ganun lang kadali yung instruction ng ating program. So now, let's try to solve 3 examples na pinipare natin, no? So, sample problem natin dito. Andiyan, yan yung mga sample problem. So, let's try to solve this one sample problem. So, sabi dito, light grade steel channel was used as a purlin of a truss. The top quarter of truss has a slope of 1 vertical and 2 horizontal, and distance between trusses is equal to 2.5. The purlin has a weight of 75 pascals and space at 1.4 on centers. The dead load including the roof materials is 900 pascal, live load of 800 pascals, and wind load of 1,100 pascals. Coefficient of pressure at leeward side and windward side are 0.5 and 0.2 respectively. So sag rods are not provided, and assume that all load pass through the centroid of the sections. So andyan yung FBX properties natin. So FBY 163.68 and 186 MPa, SX 4.48 times 10 to the 4th power mm3, and then SY is 1.18 times 10 to the raise of the power 4 mm3. So using this interaction formula, aalamin natin unang-una yung maximum ratio of actual to allowable bending stress for combination of dead load plus live load, and then sa 0.75 dead load plus live load plus wind pressure sa windward side, and then pangatlo is yung sa leeward side. And then yung pang-apat daw, if one line of sag rod was placed at the midspan, ano yung maximum ratio of actual to allowable bending stress ng combination ng dead load. So let's try to input this data, given data sa ating program. So, ang sabi dito, sag rods are not provided. So, no sag rod. Click natin to. And then, ang roof slope vertical, ang sabi, 1 vertical and 2 horizontal. So, 1 and 2. Purlin spacing natin is space siya at 1.4 on centers. And then, ang sabi naman dito, the dead load including, so meron tayong purlin weight na 75. So, not included yung ating purlin weight. Meron siyang binigay na 75. And then, the dead load including the roof materials is 900 pascals. So, meron tayong 900. And then, may live load tayo na 800 pascals. And wind load of 1,100. Windward coefficient, meron tayong coefficient of pressure at leeward and windward na 0.5 and 0.2. So, ang windward natin is 0.2, and then leeward natin is 0.5. So, ang span ng length natin is 2.5. So, ang FBX natin is 163.68. And then, FBY natin is 186. Ang SX natin is 4.48 times 10 is the power 4. And then, ang SY natin 1.18. So, all set na siya. So, ayun. Automatically, nag-highlight yung calculate natin. So, subukan natin. So, ang binigay niya dito, ang dead load plus live load niya, ang interaction value is 0.624751, which is less than 1 siya. So, purlin spacing is safe. So, sa D plus L plus W sa windward side is 0.493174, less than 1 pa rin. So, purlin spacing is safe. And then, D plus L plus W at leeward side is 0.407036, less than 1 pa rin siya. So, purlin spacing is safe. So, let's check sa ating sagot dito sa ating sample problem. So, ang sagot niya dito is 0.625, less than 1. So, tama yung ating sagot sa program. And then, sa pangalawa is 0.493. Check. And then sa letter C is 0.407, check pa rin. So ang sa fourth na problem natin is if one line sagob rods daw is na-place siya sa mid-span, ano yung value ng D plus L natin? So let's calculate. Check natin dito sa ating program. Ang sagot sa ating program is 0.331646, which is less than 1. So Purlin spacing natin is safe. So check natin. 0.332 less than 1. So pareho sila sa ating problem. So now let's try to solve another problem. So reset. I-reset natin muna to. Kasi susubukan natin ng ibang problem. So problem number 2 natin. Light gauge cold form steel channel used as purlins are simply supported on roof trusses 6 meter apart and spaced at 1.2 meter on centers. So andito yung given data niya, yung roof slope is 1 vertical to 4 horizontal. Meron siyang dead load, purlin weight included. So na-state na yon. Purlin weight natin 720 Pascal, live load na 1000 Pascal, wind pressure na 1440 Pascal. Meron tayong wind pressure coefficient sa windward side 0.18 and then 0.60 sa ating leeward side. So here is the properties of C purlins. So ang ginamit niya dito is C purlins with C 200 times 76. May SX siya na 6.19 times 10 to the raise of 4 mm cube. And then, ang SY niya is 1.38 times 10 to the raise of 4 mm cube. And then, FBX is equal to FBY niya, which is 207 MPa. So, assume doon natin na lahat ng load pass through the centroid ng ating C-section. For D plus L plus W, a 1/3 increase the allowable is allowed. So, ang hahanapin natin yung interaction value ng D plus L plus W load sa windward side and then the leeward side. So let's try to input this given data sa ating program. Let's na-reset na natin. So ang sabi dito, no sag rod siya. So ang vertical niya is 1:4. And then yung purlin spacing natin is 1.2 on centers pa rin. Dead load natin is included. So, ang weight ng purlin natin is wala. So, automatically, ang dead load natin is 720. So, pag dito na case sa ating pop-up menu na dead load purlin weight included, automatically, hindi na ito mag-highlight itong weight ng ating purlin kasi kasali na siya sa ating dead load. So, ang live load natin is 1,000. Ang wind pressure natin is 1,440. Windward coefficient natin is 0.18. And then the leeward side natin is 0.60. So, ang ating span ng length natin is 6 meters. And then, ang FBX natin, FBY is equal to 200, check natin, 207 MPa. Pareho lang siya. Ang SX natin is 6.19 mm cube. And then ang SY is 1.38. So, all set. Calculate natin. So, andito yung interaction value na nakuha natin. So, sa program, ang interaction value natin is 1.49181, which is greater 1 siya. So, ang sabi dito, purlin spacing is not safe. So, D plus L plus W sa windward side natin is 1.20079. Greater than 1 pa rin siya. So, ang purlin spacing natin is not safe. D plus L plus W sa leeward side natin is 0.845769, which is less than 1. Purlin spacing natin is safe. So, let's check sa ating sample problem. So, ang sabi dito, 1.49 yung D plus L niya. Check sa ating sagot. 1.2, not safe yung ating purlin sa D, sa windward side. Check. And then, the last one is 0.846. So, check pa rin yan siya. So, again, if you want to solve another problem, let's click this reset. Ayun, mag-reset na siya ulit. And then, if you want to know more about the program, just click the back button. And if you want to exit the program, just click this close button. So, now, tapos na yung ating program. So, i-close natin yan siya. Yan yung magpa-pop up na warning sign. So, would you like to exit the program? Yes. So, that's the end of our presentation.